Hello, my name is Luke Stokes. I'm part of the eosDAC launch team. Today is Tuesday, July 17th, 3:09 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And it's a pretty interesting moment for the DAC because I'm actually about to go ahead and pay out some of our first worker proposals. So that's a pretty exciting thing. If you aren't familiar with what a DAC is, I will go ahead and link to some videos to get you more up to speed. But essentially, it's a decentralized autonomous community. And so any of the revenue that comes into the DAC is going to be available to those who are members of the DAC who are completing projects that increase the value for the entire EOS ecosystem and the eosDAC community. So the first worker proposals have been submitted and approved. And this here is a blog post we put out recently, a few days ago, with full kind of detailed disclosure on everything as far as how we're doing the funds and all that kind of stuff. And you can see here we list out the different worker proposals that got approved and what they're for. And so what I'm going to be doing is actually paying out 3 of those. We have here listed they got approved. And right now, before we get all of our smart contracts on the blockchain, and we're working on those, you can check out our GitHub and all the progress on that, and also the eosDAC Toolkit, which will be a really nice user interface for interacting with those smart contracts. Before we get that all on chain, where we have our 12 custodians that are voted in by the members, we kind of have to do some of this stuff manually. So we currently have kind of an interim group of custodians who are managing the decision process for worker proposals and funds and things like that. And as far as the funds themselves, we are controlling those through a multi-signature wallet, eosDAC, the DAC. So that's got myself, Michael Yates, and Rob Allen. So this is a multi-permission system. So no one of us could run off with the funds. We have to be, completely transparent. It's one of our core values as a DAC. Everything is going to be transparent. Everything's going to be on chain. And so we have these worker proposals that need to be paid out, and I'm going to attempt to do that right now. This is, again, the very first worker proposals being paid out for the eosDAC. So we have here, Cass worked on the eosDAC Explorer front-end prototype. And actually, I could give you a quick little demo of that right here. This is actually just a prototype. There's still plenty more to be done, but it's a functioning prototype. As you can see here, you can go in and view actual transactions and all that. So it's coming along. Definitely needs some more work. It's going to be fully responsive. We're going to be able to have it on mobile and desktop and everything. So I'm very excited about this. And this, again, just like everything we build, will be open source. So other tokens on EOS will be able to use this code and actually style it for themselves and use it for their own needs. So I'm very excited about getting that launched. But we just, like I said, just have a prototype at this point. So if we go here and we look, we can see that was, actually, let me reload that page. We can see that we have here 500. There was another 50 there that actually got changed. You didn't need to get paid for that. But we have 500 here to pay out. And so we're going to go ahead and try that now. So what was already done is this was submitted as a proposal by our group here as a multi-signature transaction. So we see here, and this account has been verified by other means. I went ahead and verified that. And we can actually go ahead and do this transfer of 500. So I've already done the review here, and we could do that again so you can see how that works. I'm going to go ahead and see, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send from eosDAC the DAC 500 EOS tokens. So we're going to go ahead here and using my account, go ahead and approve that. Ran into a little bit of a problem here because when this proposal was created, unfortunately, it used one of my test accounts, one Luke Stokes 1, instead of my Luke EOS proxy account. And one Luke Stokes 1 does not have permissions to do any kind of transferring for eosDAC the DAC. So this kind of demonstrates how the system works, actually. It was just an accident when this was created. So we're going to go ahead and create a new one and propose it for Michael and Rob so they can go ahead and take a look. And we can also verify, yeah, we can see that right there. Luke Stokes 1. So this was the original proposal here that we went ahead and reviewed. I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and create a new one here. And the way to do that is first we have to set up our request permissions, and this is going to match the account for eosDAC the DAC. It's either going to be Luke Stokes, Michael Yates, or Rob. And so we go ahead and create our requested permissions. Next, we want to create the permissions that are actually going to do the transfer. So that would be eosDAC the DAC. So we create that. And then finally, we want to do the actual transfer. And this here, I want to double check it against what Rob originally created. So we have 500 EOS here. we've got the memo set, and we've got the correct to account. So that looks all good. We're going to go ahead and create that. And now that we've got everything ready, we can actually propose a new multi-sig transaction. And it's going to be for this JSON that we just created using our requested permissions, our transaction permissions, and our specific transaction. So we're going to go ahead and create that. All right, and then we can review it, make sure it's all set up correctly as we expect. So we go here, we have eosDAC, the DAC is going to do a transfer, 500 EOS, and this is going to be the memo. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and double check that our approvals are ready to go. All right, so we're looking for Luke EOS proxy, Michael, or Rob, so that all looks good. Let's go ahead and approve it from our end. And we can review it again. And we can now see that a provided approval for Luke EOS proxy is ready to go. So now either Michael or Rob can go ahead and find this proposed transaction and approve it. And then once they approve it, they can go ahead and execute it. And the very first worker proposal within the eosDAC system will be paid out. I hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look at how the DAC is managing the funds and how we're paying out worker proposals. As I said, our core foundation is radical transparency. We're going to make sure everything is available to all the members and everybody can see everything that we're doing, because this is a member-driven block producer and member-driven community. So we really stress the importance of that. And also want to mention too, everything I just showed you is like the gory technical details, and it's stuff that you as a member of the DAC should never have to deal with. We are going to be creating our DAC Toolkit, and you can track our progress in Discord and also on GitHub for that. We're making progress on it to make that whole process very abstracted, very, very simple for you to use as a user of EOS. Because EOS is really like a fundamental protocol. It's kind of like the internet in the early 90s. It's very clunky, hard to use, confusing. It hadn't solved the last mile problem. It was hard to get high, there's no high-speed internet, no Netflix, stuff like that. And so we're kind of in that same stage with cryptocurrencies and with EOS. We're in the early development of the protocols. And then once those things are really finalized and polished, we'll be building even more incredible tools on top of that. So that's kind of where we're at. We're building those protocols out. We're testing them. We're improving them. There's new code releases coming from Block One all the time. And then on top of that, we're going to be building really nice user interfaces for working with that protocol and doing cool stuff that improves people's lives. So again, we hope you enjoy that behind the scenes look. If you have any questions at all, definitely let us know. We think it's very important to be transparent and to manage these funds securely, because these are part of our member-driven community. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you next time. We'll hope to see you in the Discord. Take care.